Well, I am on day 1 of my new intermittent fasting challenge and I already messed up. I am adding intermittent fasting, which is when you have a eating window during the day, along with the calorie deficit plan I've already been doing, including a lot of whole foods in my diet as I work on my health and weight loss goals. This morning is day 1 of intermittent fasting for me, and man, it is going to be an adjustment getting used to not eating first thing in the morning. And that's not to say I'm used to eating a big breakfast or anything right when I wake up, but I'm already missing coffee. I've been drinking a ton of water, trying just to like keep my mind off of it and get myself hydrated first thing this morning. But the other thing is I'm a mom with 2 little girls. My oldest, Lila, is 7 and in 1st grade. I was making her breakfast and her lunch to take to school this morning, and I mindlessly popped a slice of apple in my mouth. I feel like intermittent fasting may be a little bit eye-opening, and if you're someone who has struggled like following a calorie deficit and you feel like you're still not losing what you expect, trying out intermittent fasting, you may figure out some little things here and there that you were eating and not counting in your calorie deficit. Like once I popped the apple slice in my mouth, I know it's just a slice of apple, it's not the end of the world. But then it was like, make sure not to lick the spoon with the peanut butter on it after I was done putting some in my girls' oatmeal, or eating the last bite of a cereal bar that one of my kids had as a snack and was about to throw away. So those little bites that happen when you're a mom making food for others all day long, I feel like those can really add up by the end of the day. So kicking off morning number 1, and I know I'm gonna have an adjustment and have to be more mindful while I'm making my kids breakfast and their lunches packed for the day. It's also super rainy outside. It has been pouring rain, thunderstorming all yesterday afternoon through the night into the morning. My backyard is semi-flooded, and I was hoping to be able to get outside and go for a nice big walk this morning before starting my eating window as another thing to kind of fill time, because I didn't realize how much time in the morning I spent just kind of relaxing, having a quiet, restful morning, sipping on coffee for like 1 to 2 hours at the beginning of my day before actually getting up and going. Got Lila off to school. My little one Nora is here playing, but I've gotten myself dressed. I put some makeup on this morning, and I may not be able to get outside for my walk right now, but I will start folding some loads of laundry and just start filling my time being productive this morning.
Sunshine now on me.
Are you singing? We're singing, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me.
Don't say my pink bracelet.
Oh, I know you've been playing with accessories.
So this is my pink bracelet. It got a little gem on.
It's so cute. Everyone loved your birthday cake, your Barbie birthday cake, and said, happy birthday, Nora. What do you say to our friends?
Thanks for being my partner! Exclamation.
Exclamation point, woo. Captain's log. 9:15 a.m. I have folded what feels like 20 loads of laundry. I'm on my 2nd tumbler of water already for the day, and I'm actually starting to feel both really hungry and also tired. I don't feel like I usually feel that way in the morning. Like, I don't feel hungry often. I feel the need to eat, or like I should eat, but I don't often actually feel hungry. So I am starting to feel hungry, and the tired, I think, is because it's hitting me that I haven't had any tea or coffee or any sort of caffeine yet this morning. So to get us all the way till 10 o'clock when my eating window starts, I am gonna make some electrolytes. I have the Ultima Replenisher electrolytes. I tried to look it up and do some research, and as long as there's no sugar added, it's 0 calories, you can have this and it shouldn't break my fast outside of my eating window. So electrolyte powder mixes that are 0 calories, teas, green tea or herbal tea that are 0 calories, black coffee. I am a stuff in my coffee kind of girl. I usually do maple syrup and some half and half, so that is off the table for me to kick off black coffee in the morning. I just can't do it. So I only have less than an hour left, and then I can make my coffee and get my breakfast started for the morning. So I'm just gonna mix up some electrolyte drink and hopefully a little bit of flavor in this as well as the water. Keep myself hydrated, and it'll make me feel fine until I can eat this morning. 1 scoop into the water. Mix well, and I have found definitely mix your powder in with your water before you add ice. Otherwise the powder doesn't dissolve all the way. Getting pretty low on my Sonic Pebble ice. I don't know why, but having like the little chewy ice or pebble ice just makes the experience. Lots of ice. Something with a little bit of flavor always hits different. And I know technically I broke my fast already this morning by eating that bit of apple, but I'm just gonna keep going with my day as I plan to that eating window, because I have to get used to it. That's the only way I'm gonna like get on track with it and keep going with it. So even though technically I did eat something before my 10 a.m. window opened, I'm just like moving on from it and gonna keep going with my plan. I've had too many I'll restart tomorrow days in my past, so we're just gonna keep going today. I meal prepped some sweet potatoes with pork sausage crumbles as the base of a breakfast brunch bowl for myself the next few days. We made it to 10. This is 4 ounces of sweet potatoes and 3 ounces of ground pork sausage cooked. I added 2 over easy eggs on top that I just fried up in a frying pan, seasoned with a pinch of salt, and I also put in half a cup of 4% cottage cheese. It may not be the most appealing looking bowl, but it's really good. It's got some sweetness from the sweet potato, very savory with the pork sausage going on in there. This is packed with protein, and the cottage cheese adds a great creaminess and almost like a sauce to the dish. It is a higher calorie meal for breakfast, but I'm doing this as my brunch as one of 2 main meals I'm doing for the day during my 10 to 6 intermittent fasting window. I'm also having some apple slices on the side. Surprisingly, I was like, okay, I'm ready for breakfast as my #1 priority over coffee, which is very surprising for me. But I figure I'll go ahead and eat and get this in first, and then maybe I'll make my iced coffee to take on the run as Nora and I go get out of the house for the morning. We had to get outside. The sun finally came out, huh, Nora? The sun finally came out. It feels like it's been days since we've had a nice sunny day. So the playgrounds are definitely still wet. So instead of going to play, we came over to the library. We're gonna go to story time. I did make my iced coffee. I mixed it up a little bit. Instead of doing cold brew, I used my espresso powder. I did a pretty strong concentrate of it. I did just over a teaspoon, almost more like a teaspoon and a half to 2 fluid ounces of water. Shook it so it got really incorporated well. And then I used half and half instead of milk. Not as much of it though. I did 1/3 of a cup of half and half, and then a tablespoon of maple syrup for a little bit of sweetness. I shook it really well, put it over ice. It was a small drink, a petite drink, a dainty cutesy drink. It only went up about halfway of my cup, but the flavor was so yummy and concentrated and also really creamy. The half and half is nice because it cuts back on carbs. Milk is higher in sugar and carbohydrates. Half and half has more calories. It's higher in fat, but it just depends on like what your macros are looking like. I am trying to eat a little bit higher fat and lower carb for my personal macros and calorie goals, and I can fit this in my day, especially because I'm only doing 2 bigger meals a day now that I'm intermittent fasting and only have an 8-hour eating window. This was delicious. All right, are you ready to go to story time, baby girl?
Let's head out.
Let's head out. Who'd you bring with to story time today?
Jessie.
Jessie. Jessie's been our #1 girl this week. She's come everywhere with us. All right, we're going to story time. We'll see you guys when we get out. Hey guys, it is 3 o'clock. I'm getting ready to eat my second meal of the day. I'm just cooking up on the stovetop some ground beef. I had it portioned into 1.5 pound portions in our freezer. So I took it out, got it thawed this morning, and I'm cooking it up now, and then I will have it prepped for the next couple days. This is 80/20 ground beef, and it's just sauteed with salt and some pepper. I divided the ground beef into 5-ounce portions, and I'm gonna cook up some mushrooms and green beans to go along with the beef bowl. Evening chaos has started. The kids and Josh are eating dinner. I'm gonna put together my last meal of the day, which is going to be a protein shake. I picked up this sample of the Simple Eats protein powder. This is in the chocolate brownie batter flavor. I'm gonna make a protein shake. I've been wanting to try this brand of protein powder for a long time. Usually I just use the pre-mixed Fairlife shakes. So I'm curious to see how this one turns out. I'm gonna use a single serve cup on my Ninja blender. Add the protein powder. The protein powder single serve is 20 grams of protein. To bump it up a little higher, I'm gonna add a serving, which is 2 tablespoons of this PB2 original powder. That's gonna add another 6 grams of protein. Then a half cup of water and a half cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. I ended up adding another 1/3 cup of water. It just looked too thick when I gave it its initial shake. So we're gonna do single serve and blend it up. And some ice too. That is pretty good. I think I like this protein powder. It doesn't have a really chalky taste after mixing it with things. That's always the hardest thing I feel like with protein powders is, does it taste like very chalky and proteiny and have a weird texture? And once mixed with all this, I'd probably add a little bit more ice next time. It's not super frozen, although it's very easy to drink this way. The flavor is really nice. Chocolate peanut butter, can't go wrong with that. It's a great end of my day meal slash kind of dessert treat at the end of the night. And with all the protein in here, it'll definitely help keep me full through the evening. And the eating window is closed. Hi, are we on a walk? I love that it's staying lighter later, and Josh got home a bit early. So after we got the kids to bed and I got the kitchen cleaned up, Josh was doing some other stuff around the house. So I took Millie out for a walk, just the two of us. I don't have to chase toddlers, just hang on to my dog and enjoy an evening walk. It's getting dark pretty fast though. Note to self, mosquito spray next time I'm getting bit. Just around the corner from my house though, so we got just about 1.5 miles in on a quick evening walk. Hey guys, okay, so it's right around 10 o'clock. I've just been sipping water the rest of the evening. I kind of thought that if, after my eating window for intermittent fasting ended, if I was feeling hungry or like I just missed being able to sit and have like a snack at night while Josh and I were hanging out, I would just drink some tea. But honestly, we were kind of busy this evening. We didn't even really sit down to watch anything together. Once I got back from my walk with Millie, Josh and I sat down and we were starting to do just some like summer family planning for any trips we want to take or any big activities we want to do, just kind of starting to outline what the summer is going to be like for the fam. So we were just talking and time slipped away and it's late now. I need to hop a shower and then probably go to bed. So it was a busy evening that probably helped me not be thinking about the fact that I wasn't going to have anything else to eat today, although I was really full all day long. Once we got over the first hurdle of getting to when my window opened at 10, then I didn't have any problems. I actually wasn't super hungry when I went and had my dinner, but I knew I would be later if I didn't eat something. So having that last protein shake kept me full throughout the evening. I don't feel heavy like I've just eaten, snacks or a late dinner. I had a good amount of energy this evening. Going for that walk with Millie was nice. So I feel like my first day following my calorie deficit while following intermittent fasting went pretty well. We'll see how this shakes things up for my journey this month. The reason I chose to try out intermittent fasting this month was because even though I didn't have a gain, I didn't have a super big loss this month either. I only lost 2 pounds in April. And because I've had now a couple months where I haven't had a very big loss, even though I made a really good milestone progress getting under and staying under 300 pounds, which is a really hard shelf for me to pass as it has been in the past on my health journeys. So we have made big moves in those regards, but the number on the scale hasn't been going down quite as fast as I was hoping over the last couple months. And that could mean, a couple things. Maybe it's time I need to start lowering my calorie deficit. Right now I do 1850 calories a day, focusing with a lower carb intake with my macro breakdown. But before I go reconfiguring my calorie deficit, because that will go down as I lose weight, because as you weigh less, you don't need as much to maintain that same weight. But before I go doing that, we're gonna give this intermittent fasting a try, see if we can shake things up with my metabolism and some other things before cutting back on any more calories. But anyway, I think this is a positive start and we'll see how it goes this month. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I would.